Welcome students. Now we will discuss about module 2nd for the program second year BSc Agriculture Honors for subject Agricultural Engineering for third semester. The course code is COMP 231 and the title of the course is Agri Informatics. The name of this module is Definition, Hardware, Software and Firmware. Types of software. I am Mr. Vinod Adkari, Assistant Professor, Don Bosco College of Agriculture, Sulkona, Goa. In this module, we'll study about hardware, software, firmware and different types of softwares also. So at the end of this module, students will able to learn about different hardware of the computer, softwares, firmware and different types of softwares and their examples. So hardware, we can refer, it is a physical devices of a computer which we can see. So like input devices like keyboard, mouse, storage like CD, hard disk like this, processing like CPU, control and object output devices are the hardware. So all the hardwares are shown in this photograph here, whatever microphone, charger, mouse, pen drive, everything it is called as a hardware. Next is the software. So we can define software, it is a set of computer programs or procedures and associated documents. It may be flowcharts, manuals, etc. describing the programs and how they are to be used. A computer cannot do anything on its own. We need to give instructions to do a job desired by us. So it is necessary to specify a sequence of instructions to computer must perform or to solve a problem. So that is the software. There are different types of software, that is maybe a application software or system software. So relationship between the hardware and software. So for a computer to produce useful output, its hardware and software must work together. Nothing useful can be done with the hardware on its own or software on its own. It cannot be utilized without supporting hardware. So for example, we can take the example of CD and CD player are the hardware, and whichever songs recorded in that CD are the maybe a software. So both hardware and softwares are necessary for a computer to do useful job or work. So both are complementary to each other. We can load different software on the same hardware to make a computer perform different types of jobs, except for upgrades like increasing memory and hard disk capacities or adding speakers, modems, etc. Hardware is normally we can say one-time expenses, but software we can upgrade to the next 6.1, 6.2 like this. So we can just compare here two things, software and hardware. Software, it is application and collection of programs used between users and computers. Next, hardware, it is a physical device which constitutes the computer system. It is software, it is a basically program. Hardware, it is basically not a program. Software, it converts data into information. Hardware, it does not convert any data into information. Software, it controls hardware, and in case of hardware, it cannot control software. Software, it provides step-by-step instruction to hardware, and in case of hardware, it processes data to create that information. Simple examples for these softwares are like word processing or spreadsheets, we can call it as Excel sheet, are the softwares. And in case of hardware, any like keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. are the example of hardware. Next is the firmware. Next term, it refers to a sequence of instructions, that is software, submitted for hardware. Firmware is a specific class of computer software that provides low-level control for a device-specific hardware. Firmware is the middleman between hardware and operating system. This software is stored in the read-only memory, that is the ROM, which is non-volatile memory. We can say permanent memory. The firmware is a software substituted for hardware and stored in the ROM. For example, television remote control or ROM BIOS are the example for this firmware. This firmware, all this hierarchy of software components used in this power management, it is shown in this diagram. Types of software, as we discussed softwares, hardware. Now we are discussing here different types of software. There are two types of software: system software and application software. System software means set of one or more programs which controls the operation or extend the processing capacity of that computer. This is the system software. Whatever operating systems are used, and all utility programs that manage computer resources at low level. Then examples, maybe we can give a Windows as an example, like operating system like Unix or DOS, also Microsoft DOS, also the example of this system software. So what are the functions of this system software? It supports the development and execution of other application software, so that the system software is very much important. Monitors effective use of various hardware resources. Next, communicates with and controls operation of peripheral devices, other devices. Next is the application software. Application software, it is a set of one or more programs which solves a specific problem or does a specific task. Like we can say software which is prepared for the examination result, then railway booking or airline booking software. So it is a application software. It is used for solving specific problem or doing specified work. That is the application software. We can give example of MS Word, MS Excel, MS Access, or AutoCAD software. Or in, if you consider our agricultural education, which is this software developed like NISAGNet, that is the agricultural education network in India, Moodles, National Information System on agricultural education. All these software are the application software, for example. Next, we can just classify here the difference between the system software and application software. System software, as we have already studied the definition, it is a set of one or more programs which controls the operations or extends the processing capacity of the computer. And application software, it is a set of one or more program which solves specific task or specific problem. System software is used for operating computer hardware, whereas the application software is used by the user to perform any task. System software can run independently, but application software can't run independently. It requires operating system, like system software is required to run the application software. The examples for system software, as I given already: Windows, different operating systems, maybe Windows or Android also, Unix, MS-DOS, Linux, Mac OS, all are the system software. Next is the application software example. We have already given MS-DOS, MS Excel, AutoCAD, all are the application software. So this is about difference. So these are the references for this second module. Thank you.